Hey guys, welcome to episode 2 of my free-to-play to bond series, and welcome to my account, Not a Brokey. So in the first episode, what we did was basically start the account, get the account moving, do a couple of things to make a little bit of GP, and set up our brand new account in terms of the interface and all the other stuff as well. Now, if you haven't seen that video, I'll make sure to put a link in the corner if you guys want to go and check it out. You can just see what we've done to get to this point in terms of a video. And if you are brand new, please make sure to hit that subscription button. Please like the video. I want comments in the comment section about your best free-to-play money-making methods as well. Give me some ideas to include into the series, and I'll make sure to shout you guys out anytime I do decide to pick your moneymakers. I'd like to thank you all for subbing and liking the video at the first episode. It's massive to get started on such a nice streak. And if you guys can keep that going as well, it just helps these videos be seen by more and more people, and hopefully these tips in these videos can help out a lot of new players coming to the game over the summer. And one final time, we are trying to aim for 12.5 thousand subscribers by the end of the year, so if you guys can hit me that subscription button, I do promise you won't regret it. Right, so in terms of the previous video, we finished on buying 2,000 flags. Now, I have recorded this intro once already, and we kind of messed up a little bit. So I didn't have my microphone recording, so because of that, we're going to have to kind of go through a couple of things. But it's nicer because it'll be a more streamlined clip, because everything we're looking at is already here. So we turned the 2,000 flags into 2,000 bowstrings. Now, the price of bowstrings at the minute is a lot lower than what it was, say, like a year ago. But they're going to sell roughly for 681 GP each. Now, when I've done this method to start accounts from the beginning, it has been more around 1,000 coins, but you know what? It's just more of a challenge for it to be a little bit less with a little bit of starter cash. We can work our way out. So we basically made, in terms of profit, about 1.1 mil, which isn't too bad. The other benefit of doing flags is that it's going to give us a lot of crafting levels. So we're now currently 37 crafting. Now for the next move, my big goal, as always with these kind of series, is to start off with a decent cash stack. So we want around 10 mil. Because what 10 mil will do is allow us to buy 2 money-making methods at once. So while we're processing a money-making method, we're trying to buy another one at a cheaper price to save some more money, but it just means that we're always doing something. I always wanted to be doing something on this account, and when I don't have anything to do, I'll probably be logged off, because the nice thing with a free-to-play account is that you really aren't in a rush. Like, you don't have to go and do something in terms of money-making method because you've only got 14 days of membership. You can literally take as long as you want. So the next thing we're going to look at is going to be emerald jewelry, because emerald jewelry has a nice profit, but also as well with the changes they've made to a furnace, it is a little bit nice now because you're making 28 pieces of jewelry as opposed to 14 every time you go into the furnace. So the big question was whether it was going to be emerald necklaces or emerald rings. Now, emerald necklaces is linked to porters in members, where you use a emerald necklace, some energy, to turn into a sign of a porter. Now, a sign of a porter is an item which can deposit X amount of items to the bank from wherever you are currently getting them. So for example, if you're fishing, your fish will be sent to the bank for however many times the porter has charges for. So if your porter is 20 charges for each porter, you're able to send 20 fish from your skilling spot. So they're a very handy item, and because of that, they'll keep their price quite well. However, it turns out that the emerald ring is more expensive. So I was kind of banking on doing emerald necklaces, and emerald necklaces having like a little bit of a better margin, but it turns out that we're going to do some emerald rings to start with, and then we can see where we can go. So because of that, what we've done is check the prices of the gold bars and the emerald gem. The emerald gem's margin's pretty non-existent. It's 10 GP. I'm not too bothered about that. But a gold bar is 80 GP difference between the lowest buy price and the highest sell price. So we've spent a little bit of time just AFK from the game to go and buy these. So we have now picked up 500 gold bars as well as 500 emeralds. And this is pretty much what we're going to be doing for the next stint of money making. Now, what I'll probably do with this, and I won't sort of record all of it because again, you guys don't want to see me do the same thing on repeat, is I'll go and make these into 500 rings. Then I'll go and sell the 500 rings on the Grand Exchange. And then however much money I get from that, I will go and buy as many gold ring supplies again and just keep rotating between the two and keep rotating on this method until I build up the amount of cash I've got so I can buy like 2,000 supplies. So it's pretty much selling, buying more resources with the cash I've been given, and then pretty much going back and forward from there. Now, the bank and the furnace I'm going to use is the one near Lumbridge, near the Combat Academy. All you need to do is go to deposit your bars into the metal bank. And because of the changes they've done to gold, originally with gold you needed the family crest quest in members to be able to use gold in the furnace. You don't need to do that anymore. You can literally take out 28 gems, go to the furnace, and then simply click this. Now, the benefit of this is that it means it's going to be a lot more AFK, a lot better for me because this is something I can have on the side while playing the Hogger, while doing some other stuff as well. And pretty much that is going to be the method. It's going to be better XP in terms of crafting because it's a much higher level. I think Emerald Rings is 27 and Emerald Necklaces is 29. But that is pretty much going to be what I'm going to do. It's a nice method for me, really, because I can sort of like chill and watch TV at the same time. And sometimes I can edit as well and catch up on some other things. So this is the kind of money making method where you do like as crafting, and also smithing as well is very strong for AFK GP and free to play. So we'll see where we're going to go next. And really, I don't want it to be something where I simply just do crafting. Although having crafting, if you're going to then continue playing in members after doing the free to play to bond, crafting is also very strong in members. It's a really good way to make some cash. So doing this sort of progress series and getting the high crafting level is only going to benefit us in the long run anyway. However, that is pretty much going to be the ramble to start the video, and then we'll hop into some clips afterwards. But that is pretty much going to be a plan for at least a couple of hours for this account. I will sort of look at hands towards the end when we've unlocked the bond, just see how long it's taken us as well. I'm continuing to buy items from Zaf because it's just pure profit. If you didn't know as well, in Runescape, you can do something called a preset where you can basically like save a layout for an inventory. And then once you're ready to bank, you right click and then go from load from last preset on the bank as well. It just means that banking is incredibly quick in RS3, and it's one of the real benefits it has compared to old school. And that's pretty much going to be me, running back and forth for the bank for a little while. But as soon as we've got some progress, or it's time to sort of like sell and maybe move into another moneymaker, I'll make sure to let you guys know, and then we'll look at some other moneymakers in the future as well, because I'm hoping when I've got a decent cash stack, we can start investing in things and start picking things up for a good price. And because I've got another money making method to work with in the form of this emerald crafting, I'm not in a rush to buy other stuff, so it means I can just take my time in buying all the resources. Okay, so we are back on the brokey. So I have made some progress in my AFK time, and again, a lot of the stuff I do, sort of like making jewelry and stuff like that, I just show you guys afterwards, just because it makes the clip a little bit shorter, and I don't have to ramble on too long while you guys can just see I'm making the same thing over and over again. But we have done another batch of the emerald rings. We are now level 50 crafting. So 50 crafting is going to give us access to blue dragon hide, which is nice because it could be a really good way to make some profit, is crafting blue dragon hide. We can also do green as well, so green is also an option. We also have a crushless gem cutting, so we won't smash any gems now, which is nice because things like jade is a really good thing to cut for profit, so we can have a look at that in the future. And then finally, we are getting closer to our target level. So our target level for crafting is to go and get to level 56. I might ask, why do you want level 56? And really, the point of that is because we can do diamond necklaces. Diamond necklaces are the best necklace we can do. It's going to be for the highest sort of version of porters we can get to, and it should make us a lot more profit. Now, jewelry historically through this series has been one of those money makers I've been able to sit on quite comfortably and make a lot of profit with them. However, with doing the emerald rings, they have crashed quite significantly. So we have sold a bunch of them. So we're going to go down and tell a bit of a story through our Grand Exchange history. So we sold 626 for 4.1k each. Now, we tried to test the margin afterwards, but they wouldn't buy them for 2,000 coins. So they've majorly crashed on us. And it's a bit worrying, really, because I tried the emerald necklaces, and normally these are a very strong sort of item to go and craft. And we weren't able to get too good of a profit with that either. 3.9k is probably something I could work with. I'd still make 1,500 GP for one more try of doing like jewelry. But it's kind of hinting that very soon we're going to have to move out of jewelry after this as well. So what we've done, we've bought 1.2k gold bars, and the stuff which I've bought from Zaf, I've actually tried to sell just to generate a bit of cash while we wait for these rings to sell. It's not worth us selling these rings for 2,000 coins because we're just going to lose money. We'll lose about 600 GP per ring, and I'm not really in that desperate need to go and do it now. So what I'm going to go and do, we've got 240k. I'm going to buy as many emeralds as 240k can get us. I'm going to make some emerald necklaces, and then once these are made, put them on the Grand Exchange, and then start to look at other options of different things we could go and do afterwards. So there's definitely going to be a couple of different options we could look at. So we'll work our way out of it, and we'll just find a different way to do it. Now, I do think at some point it's going to be quite important to go and train magic, and that could be the best opportunity to go and do it. Obviously, I think we'll end up doing things like chickens, or maybe we'll look at some other unique options, because there's definitely some stuff dotted around which is very good to go and try out and see if we can go and do different methods. But for now, we're going to go and do some more crafting because I just think it's the best way for us to go and make some profit. And once we've sold those necklaces, I think we'll be roughly about 4 mil cash. That should be more than enough to then go and buy some different items to then go and make some more money with. So yeah, bit of an early bump in the road, but you know what? We kind of work with this as well. Yes, crafting will still make us money, and I don't want you to think that we're not going to make money from crafting. We're just not going to make as much as what I was planning on, but these things happen. Prices go up, prices go down. We'll just have to go and be a bit more inventive with our money making methods, and we can go and find different things as well, which that's the fun in like these kind of series. Is if I was to go and do crafting for 40 hours, yes, I'd make a bond, but would you guys want to watch that content? No. Would I want to do it? No. So we'll go and find some different options. There's skills which can make money with free to play especially. So we'll just go and dive those in, and it will give more variety to the video, which is what I want you guys to have anyway. So we are going to swap from the rings. We are going to go into emerald necklaces instead. Hopefully, with having about 1,200 to make over the next hour or so, we can get to 56 and we can see what diamonds are like. Diamonds might be a much better option and make us a lot more cash, but I do think it's worth having multiple different money-making methods to rely on for some GP. However, I'm going to go and AFK this. I'll let you guys know once we've done how much crafting XP we've got, what kind of crafting levels. If you do have any suggestions of money makers, obviously we've hit a bit of a bump on what we've been doing and we're looking to branch out and to do some different things. If you've got any suggestions, drop them in the comment section down below. So that is going to end this video. Thank you all so much for the comments, subscriptions, and the likes on the first video. If you guys can drop that like for this video as well to keep pushing it out to more and more people, I would really appreciate it. Really hope you guys enjoying the series. We will eventually pick up the pace a lot more once we've got that Cashstack going. I've got a couple of things testing at the minute to see if we can go and make some different money-making methods happen, but I really hope you guys are enjoying. If you are, again, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.